Today we are going to be taking a look at and discussing one of the best, if not the best performance of Vultures that John Mayer has ever done. Certainly the most unique if you exclude the little snippet of Vultures that John played on piano during the solo tour. That's its own kind of thing. This is an actual full performance of the song we're going to be taking a look at today. We're going to discuss what makes this specific performance so amazing, things that John has done that he's really become a master of at this point at the very end of the second leg of the solo tour, and of course taking a listen to a lot of the performance as well. So let's get right on into this discussion and analysis of this incredible acoustic performance of Vultures. Alright, so this specific performance of Vultures was from the Houston show on October 30th. And at this point in the solo tour, at the very end of the second leg and the final North American leg, John has really come into a league of his own. The amount of deep cuts we've been getting near the back half of this second leg of the solo tour has been just amazing. The performances in general have just been top-notch. John's been absolutely on fire. And this performance of Vultures specifically, it's just absolutely incredible because Vultures, as we all know, really is an electric guitar song. The riff that John plays just does not translate the same onto an acoustic guitar. Not to mention John has two different delay pedals going at the same time when he's playing it electrically. The approach to Vultures just is not the same when John goes and tries to perform it on an acoustic guitar. So John's whole approach to this song, Vultures, kind of takes on a different life of its own, if that makes sense. The groove of Vultures is really what I think is a lot of people's favorite part about the song, and it's a very jammy song, especially when John performs it with the trio. And the fact that it comes across in this performance where John's almost jamming with himself and riding this really funky groove was just absolutely incredible. And thankfully my friend Gabe sent this to me and was like, dude, you gotta make a video on this. This is insane. And then I watched it and of course, yeah, I was just totally blown away. The best part about this is that John breaks the rule that he set for himself at the very beginning of the solo tour, when it originally was just a one-leg tour that John was doing for fun to go out there, engage with his fan base, and just play guitar acoustically like he did at the very beginning of his career. And that rule was that John was not going to loop the guitar. That was his rule for the tour. And he had said that he was open to breaking it, but it's something he had told himself he was going to try not to do. And thank God he broke that rule, because the looping that he does throughout the entire song creates this amazing groove and helps fill that space, because Vultures on its own, if John just was trying to play something, would have a lot of space because there's not a lot of just long ringing chords or anything like that. It's very just the way it goes. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So the fact that he loops throughout the entire song, it just makes this incredible performance so special. And then he solos over it. It's just, we're going to watch it together because it's just stupidly good. It's absolutely incredible. can we just take one moment here to acknowledge how fantastic John's vocals were for this performance? Vultures is just one of the harder songs that John has to sing, and he's at the very end of a tour nonetheless. And he nailed it. That's some of the best actual Vultures vocals I think I've heard from John in a while. He was nailing all of those high parts. It sounded so good. The looping he did and the soloing with the acoustic guitar, that's brilliant. But the vocals definitely deserve just a quick mention as well. He was absolutely on fire for this performance in all aspects. There was not one part that he didn't nail when it came to this performance of Vultures. The vocals themselves were just, it was just perfect. I've gone back and tried to find other acoustic performances of Vultures that John has done just over the years, and I haven't been able to find any whole performance of Vultures acoustically, much less anything really at all, besides a snippet here or there. I think he's performed it once or twice as a brief snippet during other performances on the solo tour, but this is really the only time I've been able to find, at least, that John has actually performed Vultures kind of like front to end acoustically. And I think it all comes back around to what we talked about at the beginning of the video, where Vultures is so tied into the way John plays it on an electric guitar. So for him to go and create this incredible loop and groove acoustically makes this such a special performance, and really shows not only how comfortable John is at this point during the solo tour, which makes me very excited for the European leg. You guys are in for just an incredible treat and an incredible grouping of shows on that third leg of the solo tour, but also his mastery and how comfortable he's gotten with looping the guitar. We've seen him do loops before earlier on in the tour, and John's mentioned here or there that it's something that's a little bit more difficult for him, that he's not quite used to. It was either on a live stream or during one of the shows he just kind of had mentioned it. But this, he just looked like he was completely in his element, and he is. It was super comfortable. He did it just perfectly. This performance of Vultures, I really think for a lot of Mayer fans, is going to go down as one of the craziest ones he's ever done, in a very special version that might be unlike anything we might ever get again, to be honest. If he doesn't do it like this again on the third leg of the solo tour, we might never get a performance of Vultures like this ever again. This is wild. I absolutely love it, and it's one of the many reasons why this solo tour is just truly very unique and special. And if you haven't gone out and seen one of the shows yet, I highly encourage you, if you can, to go out and see John perform on the solo tour. It's amazing. You're going to be in for an incredible night of music, that's for sure. Stuff like this is just a pure example. You never know what you're going to get when you go to one of these solo shows at this point. So many more deep cuts have been coming out on the second leg as well, over and over. Back to You, Victoria. You know, we're in for a really big treat when it comes to the European leg as well, and I'm really excited to see what other things John does. And of course, I'll be highlighting all of those on the channel for you all as well, especially for all of us who can't go to those shows. So stay tuned to the channel if you want to see more solo tour highlights when the third leg begins. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. As always, please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you've made it to the very end of this video and you enjoyed this kind of discussion and breakdown and highlight of this acoustic Vultures performance. And stick around as well, because we'll be doing a full rig breakdown for the solo tour now that the second leg has concluded, talking about some of the different amplifiers that John was using and new details that we we've learned as well, things like that. So stick around to the channel if you're interested in all of that good stuff. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.
Anyway, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you like what you see.